My girl knows how I get when my cousin comes over here. Sometimes we fight, sometimes it's good.
He was gonna take off in her car, and I told him that no, and he hit me. So I had him in the seat, and I was like, I'm not letting you take off in her car. Like, you're not taking off in her car. He was like, if you're not gonna take me home, then I'm gonna bust out your windows. And he came out here and he got the concrete right there, and he was gonna bust out her windows, and she was trying to stop him.
They came running out, and then she came fucking attacking me in the car, trying to get the keys, and I finally threw them in the dirt. And I went to my girl, and I was like, so this is what you want? So this is how you want the day to go? You want her to take my phone so he can piss me off and get me amped up like this?
And while I was on the phone with the 911 operator, he was telling them that he was gonna sock me in my face and that he was gonna do all kinds of crazy things.
On June 25th, 2025, officers were dispatched to a home in Belen, New Mexico, after receiving reports of a young man, Santana, threatening his cousin with a brick after she took away his phone. When officers arrive, they find him outside the residence arguing with his cousin and girlfriend.
What's going on, pup dog? Okay, so what's going on, man? Can you guys step over here and talk to me?
Well, that's supposed to be my boyfriend, and we just have been having a rough moment right now, and that's my best friend that we work together.
So this right here? Okay.
And it's
I'm
his
going to call the
cousin.
cops.
Well, they're not blood related, but
Okay.
their mom have been friends since she was in diapers. So like his mom raised her, and that's how I met them. And this morning she just said how she wanted to hang out with me, and like she gets paid today and she needs a new battery, so she came here so I can be able to try do that for her.
Help me out.
Okay.
And he took it the wrong way and started freaking out and saying that he didn't want her here. But I was like I honestly don't even know how it blew up. But
So what happened is I went inside and I was like, Santana, are you gonna say hi to me? And I'm like messing around with him and he's ignoring me. And I went like that to his phone and I was like, Santana, like, why are you ignoring me? Like, don't be rude. That's like disrespectful. Like, you were literally just at my house like the other day.
We just
and, like,
came
we were
back
fine.
from
So
her.
like, what's your problem? And he went and he got her keys and he was gonna take off in her car and I told him that no, and he hit me. So I had him in the seat and I was like, I'm not letting you take off in her car. Like, you're not taking off in her car. So he threw her keys out the window right there, and I got her keys on for her because she didn't have her shoes on. And he then told her that he wanted her phone to call his grandma, and I was like, no, you have your phone, like, call your grandma. Like, she doesn't need to give you her phone to call your grandma. Like, you have your grandma's number, so if you want them to come pick you up, like, do that. So then he was like, if you're not going to take me home, then I'm going to bust out your windows. And he came out here and he got the concrete right there, and he was going to bust out her windows, and she was trying to stop him. And I told him, I was like, if you're going to continue acting like this, Santana, then I'm going to call the cops because this isn't okay.
and I didn't think he was gonna
Initially, this just sounds like some kind of boyfriend girlfriend drama. Let's keep going and see what it's about.
I'm not he did grab a rock, but I was able to get him to put it down, and then he freaked out because she said she was gonna call the cops. And then
he grabbed a brick,
and then he got another rock and went to her car and was freaking out because she called you guys, and I told him just calm down. I said just calm down. If you calm down, she won't call the cops. I said calm down. Just calm down.
But he wouldn't calm down, and he was jumping on the hood of my car, and he ruined it right there.
Dude, I don't know why he's doing this.
What's your name, ma'am?
I said, no. This is the worst it's gotten. It's never gotten like this.
He gets in her face all the time. He's like, he says that he's joking and that she's just too sensitive, but he's like hit her. And like, I've gotten mad at him and I told him that it's okay. My stepdad has told him that it's not okay. My mom has told him that it's not okay. And it was actually my mom who told me, because I had asked her if she can come to take him home. And she said that she has a meeting to go to, so she can't. And she said that honestly, the best thing to do if he's acting like this is to call the cops and to let you guys deal with it.
Okay, now we're starting to get a little into it. So it seems like we got a little woman beater. We got someone who's growing up and on the path to being a career woman beater and a domestic violence person or domestic violence criminal, however you want to say it. But let's keep going into this.
So does he live here?
What's your phone number?
Explain to me the taking of the keys. How did that happen again?
So
Her keys were hanging on the screen right next to the door.
Okay.
And honestly, this all started because he didn't say hi to her, and she was like trying to joke with him. And then he took my keys and he came out here, and I didn't know what he was gonna do, so I followed him. And then that's when he got into the car, and then that's when she came out, and then they started
to leave. And I was like, you're not gonna leave in her car. And he's already said he doesn't have a driver's license or anything. So
What's going on?
Okay, so
Do you have any weapons on you first?
you can go ahead and check
Face
me
the
out.
car really quick. I'm just gonna do a quick pat down.
I'm hot.
Okay.
Like, I don't got nothing
Go
on
for
me.
it.
I swear to God.
So what's going on?
So that's my cousin, the girl that called you guys.
Okay.
And that's my girl. Me and her were having a good morning, right? And all of a sudden, like, my girl knows how I get when my cousin comes over here. Sometimes we fight, sometimes it's good. Well, all of a sudden, I went back to the house because my girl already knew that I didn't want her over here. So
So this is your house.
no, this is my girlfriend's mom's house at the time. I'm staying with my girl right now.
Okay, so you live at this house though.
Yes, with my
Okay.
girlfriend. They just got back home from work at 9 o'clock, around like 9:30ish. And she said, is it okay if your cousin comes with me, my friend? And I said, no. And I just told her, it ruined my whole vibe, because I just wanted to have a day with my girl, because we're not on good terms.
Okay.
And, like, she just wants to steady, like, sit there, and I'm telling her, tell her to leave so I can fix things with you and calm down. No, I'm trying. But yeah, she wants to steady sit there, and she's sitting outside with my girl talking about, oh, Santana's gonna get f***ed up, I'm gonna ruin his life, and this and that, and I'm gonna press charges if he hits me. But when she came into the house, when they got here, she like jumped on me. She took everything out of her pockets, put it on the floor.
Your cousin.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there on the bed like this, playing my game, and she snatches the phone out of my hand, off the charger, and she's like, no, I'm not giving your phone back. And I started getting mad because that irritates me when she does that. And I told her, give me my phone, and I told her, if you want problems, this is what you're gonna get. Like, I told my girl, like, she knows how I get when things aren't good and I'm not, like, having a bad day. So I kept telling her to leave, and then I walked out and I was threatening to break her windows if she didn't want to leave. So, and then I finally threw the brick over there, and then I got mad and I just kept yelling at her and I kept telling her, like, why is she doing this? And then I finally got frustrated and I jumped on her hood and I vented it because, like, I'm supposed to be talking to her. Like, I want to solve things with my girl and stuff. And then my cousin is sitting there saying that I'm putting my hands on her when I didn't even put my hands on her in the first place. Like, I was sitting there with my phone like this, playing my game. She snatched my phone. Okay, I get up and I push her a little bit to, like, tell her to give me my phone. No. And then she wants to sit there and say, like, you're not getting your phone if you want to be rude and this and that and ignore me. And I didn't even do nothing to her. Like I just wanted my phone so I could calm down and go. And then I went to my girl's car with her keys so I can roll up the windows and calm down. And then they came running out, and then she came attacking me in the car trying to get the keys, and I finally threw them in the dirt.
At the end of the day, this sounds like, initially before I heard him talking, I thought he was just growing up into a criminal. But it's starting to seem like he can't control his emotions, which I think they said 17 or 18 years old. You have to, that's when you need to start learning them, because you're an adult at that point and you have to be more responsible with how you react to certain situations. I wonder where his parents are. He said he's living at his girlfriend's house, so most likely him and his parents aren't on good terms, or they're not around. So who is guiding this young man and teaching him how to navigate his emotions? Let's keep going.
And then I finally went back inside to calm down and be on my phone, because I finally asked, like, my cousin, like, I kept asking my girl if she could give me my phone and stuff, and
Just take some deep breaths, man.
I just don't want this to happen because I want to solve things with my girl. And this is like really the 2 days that I'm back with my girl from being with my auntie. Like, I just came back from my auntie's and I told her I wanted to have a couple of days with her by myself. And she's like, I don't know if my girl's not understanding that I want days with her or not, but all of a sudden now I want to bring my friend over and stuff. But like,
So when they got here, were you just in the room and then they came into the room?
so I was sitting in the living room because there's a bed that me and my girl sleep on in there because her brother sleeps, but he goes with his dad and he's not here at the time, so there's an extra bed. But I was sitting in the living room on the bed where I sleep on my phone, and then she's like, so you're not gonna say hi? And I said no. And then that's when she decided to snatch the phone out my hand.
Okay, then everything escalated from there.
Yeah, like I was telling my girl, like, please tell her to leave so I can calm down. And then I just, like, when I went to go to her window and tell her, I was telling her, like, Selena or Christina, can you please leave so I can talk to her and get calmed down, please? No, or
So
my girl was pushing me back and stuff.
So when they took the phone from you, that's when you walked outside, and they followed you outside?
Yeah, that's when I came out here to calm down in my girl's car. I was gonna put the keys in the ignition, turn on the AC, roll up all the windows, lock myself in there, and calm completely down so I could come back out and talk to him and say hi. But obviously not, like. And then my cousin thinks that I'm gonna take off. Like, I'm 19. Like, people call me dumb for what I am. Like, yeah, I'm 19 and stuff, but I don't know how to drive. I don't have a license. Like, how am I supposed to take off in the vehicle? I just wanted to sit in there and calm down. But no, they rather escalate things into a bigger deal instead of letting me be by myself. Because that's one of my coping skills, to calm down, is separate myself from people. But no. And then my cousin wants to steady sit there on the phone calling you guys. Like, when it's a deal between us, it's family, but like, she wants to sit there and say I put my hands on her and stuff. Like, I didn't even do that, bro.
That is a good point. Did he put his hands on her or not? Did he swing at her or did they swing at each other? Because we know how that's families are. A woman will swing at a man as well. We got to remember that. There's a lot of parts that we're probably missing about this whole situation. At the end of the day, it seems like he can't control his emotions. At 19 years old, he's a little old. I can't say that. He needs to work on controlling his emotions. At the end of the day, that's what all this stems from. He can't control his emotions.
Like,
okay. Stay right here and relax, okay? You're not gonna take off running or anything on me?
I'm not. No.
Okay. Stay right there, just take some deep breaths and calm down, okay?
The whole thing is, I was on my phone playing the game. She walked up to me and asked me if I was gonna say hi. Mm-hmm. I was looking at my game and I shook my head no. So she grabbed everything out of her pockets, she put it on the bed next to me, and then she snatched my phone, and then I kind of like pushed her a little, and then I was like, give me my phone, and she's like, no, since you don't want to tell me hi, and you want to ignore me, you don't get your phone. And I was like, what the hell? Like, and then I went to my girl and I was like, so this is what you want? So this is how you want the day to go? Mm-hmm. You want her to take my phone so it could piss me off and get me amped up like this, and it irritates me knowing that I get irritated easily, and I'm a ticking time bomb because I used to take meds for my anger, but I should go back on my meds. But like,
okay,
it's like,
okay. So how long you been off your meds, man?
Already a lot of years. Since I came home when I was 15 from Utah.
Okay.
I was in a treatment foster place up there.
Yeah, you might get checked back in on that stuff, man. It could really help you out.
Okay, so we did learn a little bit more about him. He is in the foster care system, so he doesn't have a lot of, well, at least my understanding, he might not have a lot of male role models around to guide him on how to control his anger. Because it's hard without someone teaching you and guiding you at some points. But let's keep going.
And I told my girl, like, why don't you take me to go get my meds and stuff? And we've talked about it, and then, like, we just never do it.
Okay, man. Hold on.
After getting his statement admitting to threatening his cousin with a brick, it's now up to her to decide his fate. If she decides to press charges, he'll be arrested and go to a detention center. If not, he will be released scot-free.
So if you don't want to press charges, what we can do is we could voluntarily ask him to leave.
I think that I do want to press charges. Like, he's my cousin and I love him, but like, that's my vehicle and I just bought that vehicle. Like, I've only had that vehicle for 2 months and I'm still paying on it.
Yeah.
And like, now that's gonna cost me now to get that fixed. And now it's like I have to look underneath the hood and make sure that there's like nothing like.
Well, I'm sure there's no damage to anything underneath.
Yeah,
of it.
but like my hood's now still.
I just volunteer, like, ask him to leave.
And he voluntarily leaves, then we could go that route and tell him to not come back until he's calmed down. But I just can't tell him, go up to him and be like, you have to leave.
No, we understand that. Like,
Would you be willing to see what?
10-4.
If they tell him that, see what he says.
if he's voluntarily gonna go, then maybe. But like,
I know it's your car.
So.
And you asked him so many times to stop, and he wouldn't. And he had that brick in his hand, and he was gonna hit me in the face with the brick, and he was gonna hit my car with the brick. Like, you literally put yourself between us, and that's not okay. And while I was on the phone with the 911 operator, he was telling them that he was gonna sock me in my face and that he was gonna do all kinds of crazy.
So it's up to you on how you guys want to play it.
Honestly, I do think that I want to press charges because that's my car and that's not okay.
Okay, so then it's going to be the assault since he threatened to hit you with a brick. And then it's going to be the criminal damage to property and everything. And then if you don't show up to court, everything gets dropped.
Okay.
So does that mean you guys are going to take him to jail right now?
If the charges are pressed, then he's going to go up with us and you go to Valencia County, the detention center.
I mean, honestly, that might be what he needs. He needs something to give him a reality check. Because the biggest reality check is the consequences of your actions. Of what is going to happen if you cannot control your anger. You got to do something. You got to either get back on your medication, talk to someone, a therapist, you need something. Because you cannot blow up like this again. And then if he was truly threatening her with throw a brick at her, yes, it needs to be some kind of charges pressed. Because it's not okay for that to happen. Let's keep going, though.
Question for you. Yeah. Are you willing to leave for a little while?
Go cool off?
Like where? Like, I don't know where you go.
Go take a walk, cool off, whatever you want to do.
Have somebody come pick you up, whatever. Are you willing?
I mean, I'm willing, but...
What?
Because I was trying to tell him to give me my phone so I can call my
Your phone's over there in front of the car, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's probably dead and I can't get a hold of it.
Are you guys still going to take him today? Because honestly, I don't think that him being here is the best thing. Right?
So
we understand that, man, but that's technically not up to you.
Yeah.
Him being here, if you're not gonna, if we don't take him, I can't force him to live here since he lives here.
And he lives here. That would be something you guys would have to work out to maybe that. But no, it's not up to you. I'm sorry to say, but
yeah, that I can't force him to leave the place that he lives.
After spending a lot of time contemplating, the cousin eventually decided to press charges after all, saying her life being threatened and the damage done to her car was too much for him to get away unscathed.
All right, man. So, go ahead and turn around for me, man. We're going to take care of this guy.
Do you have anything on you, sir?
No.
Hold on. It's in your other hand. Okay. I'm going to pull your arm.
Yes, sir.
4.
Hopefully this will give him a reality check on what needs to be done.
I can answer that in just a few minutes.
The other officer's the one that's made the decision right now, so I don't know what's going on.
You know when I would get out and stuff?
I don't.
I've never been to jail, so I don't know what this is like.
Hey, can you pop your door?
Babe, I'm sorry.
Hey, nope. Back over there.
Hey, no.
Back over there. Not helping. I'm gonna go ahead and have a seat, okay?
Bro, I knew my cousin didn't like me and she hated me for death. I knew my cousin hated me.
Okay, man, I'm sorry that you're having to deal with this. I really am. But I know
I've
you walked
always
away
had bad things in my life happen to me. I'm not even from Berlin. I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Okay, that's a rough place up there. But sir,
I know. I knew.
you can't be threatening to mash stuff like that. You see what I'm saying?
I told her to tell her to leave, and I wouldn't have done it. My girl told me I would tell her to leave. And she never told her. She kept walking and walking away from me.
I understand.
And officer, my girl kept telling me I would tell her. But yeah, my girl tried to stop me, and I wasn't gonna touch her. I didn't put my hands on her. I legitimately said, "I'm your cousin. You want to see me like this?" And she said, "I don't give a if I'm your cousin." Those are her straight words, officer.
Understand.
And she wants to see me like this, and if she doesn't like me, if she hates me for life, and she wants to see me do bad, then I guess.
But ultimately, you're responsible for your own actions. Okay? I understand she made you mad. I understand that you guys. Hold on. I understand that you walked away. She followed you. I get all that. But man, you can't be picking up bricks like that. Okay, scooch in. Watch your feet. Okay.
I'm sorry, officer.
I like how the officer explained it to him. At the end of the day, you are in control of your own actions. You cannot react how you was. You cannot pick up a brick when you're upset. You cannot smash things. That is not how adults should act. You're 19 years old and you have to learn this. Someone has to teach it to you. If you're not going to teach you, you got to face the consequences of your actions, or you're not going to learn it.
Alrighty, man. Hey, I need you to take some deep breaths, dude.
You might as well just send me to death, bro.
Do you know your social or anything?
No, I don't. Babe, I love you.
Hold on. If you calm down, I'll let her come over here and talk to you. But I need you to calm down, okay? I told her I don't mind if she comes over here and talks to you, but I need you to calm down. And I...
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Are you the one that told him to put me in cuffs?
Yeah.
Can I answer why that is?
Because I asked her if they wanted to press charges, and your cousin wants to press charges on the damage that's done to the hood of the car.
In the end, the rivalry between cousins resulted in Santana getting charged with criminal damage to property and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. And while his girlfriend watched him drive away in tears, the cousin recorded the whole thing with a smile on her face.
Yeah. It's a crazy family dynamic. I mean, it's family dynamics are always complicated. But at the end of the day, he does need to learn how to control his emotions. He does need to know that his consequences have actions. He grew up in the foster system. Most likely didn't have a father figure. We don't know for sure, but he might have didn't have role models to teach him how to. They said he was on medication. He obviously needs to go back on it if he can't control his emotions to this extent. But it sounded like they did egg him on too. So the situation is very complicated. But let me know your thoughts on the situation, y'all. Let me know if you disagree with anything I said.